Last night, Trump decided that the pardons Joe Biden did his last day in office are void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. I just find this so fascinating. I think no matter who is right or wrong, I think this is going to be so interesting to see play out. But I did some digging, so let's go through this. So Trump said that these pardons were signed by an autopen. Autopen is kind of like a digital signature, but not really. It's actually like a mechanical arm that writes the signature. This is actually super common to use. Even President Trump uses it. But here's the thing, when you have a president who is not mentally well, it just begs the question, did he actually know that people were using his signature or was someone else using it? A lot of people are mistaking Trump for saying that, these pardons are void because of the auto pen, but that's not what Trump is saying. He is saying that Biden knew nothing about the pardons, that the necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. On Joe Biden's last day in office, he signed 7 pardons with this signature. I put them all side by side, and of course, they're the exact same signature. Here's another key thing that a lot of people are bringing up. It says right here that in the city of Washington, Joe Biden was not in DC for most of the time on January 19th when this was signed. It was actually in South Carolina for most of the day. So I started going through like all of his pardons, and they are definitely different per day. You can tell when all the pardons were signed on the same day, they're all the same. This one is July of 2024, and this one's December of 2024. And this one is his very first pardon he signed. So again, just compare it to this one on his last day in office. Now, here's another really interesting thing that I found. I looked through a ton of his executive orders, and they are all the same no matter what day you look at. So this was his very first one, 2021. And this one is his last one, again, exactly the same. And this is a lot different than his one for pardoning people. Like, he just has a line for Joseph, where for his pardons, he actually spells out his full name. So here's kind of a side-by-side of the pardons and the executive orders. Now, the first thing that Trump said to the press is that this is going to be something that a court is going to have to figure out. So he is very well aware that this is going to be challenged and probably is being challenged already. This is where it's really interesting. The Constitution just says that the president can do pardons. It doesn't say that they have to sign or anything. But this Supreme Court case says this: delivery of the pardon is essential and delivery is not complete without acceptance. But there's nothing actually saying that the president has to sign a pardon. So I think that's going to be a big question for the courts to answer. But really, I think if Joe Biden came out and said, I knew about those pardons, I did it, I think it would actually put this to bed. But he hasn't. There's just another question that a lot of people have that a court is going to have to answer. A while back, Biden was being investigated for retaining classified documents after he was vice president. And the special counsel said he can't be charged because of his poor memory and he wouldn't look good to a jury. So a lot of people are wondering, if he wasn't fit to stand trial, was he mentally fit to be able to sign any contract? But until then, it looks like Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci are not off the hook quite yet. Let me know your thoughts about this. Again, I just find this fascinating. Do you think that there is a case to void these pardons, or is it just done? Let me know your thoughts and make sure to follow me for more.